you can intertwine the hobby with something else that people are already buying anyway. You get what I'm saying? All I did was think like people already booking Airbnbs. People already need
Photoshop. Yeah, flash. You are looking at a legend in the flesh. Fresh about the kitchen to the check. Blew a quarter key on the set. Hold up. Pose. Beavers in the chain looking wet. Deposit ain't hit the count yet.
Hello, babies. My name is Simon Red. I am the creativepreneur. Every week, I give you business tips and tricks on how to create or how to maintain your creative business. So, if you do not know, I am a creative director based in Philadelphia and Delaware. I've made six figures off my art in the past couple years. Consistently, I've made six figures off my art. I create themed Airbnbs. One of the most popular is the Philly Hottie House. I also design creative spaces for other creative entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that aren't so creative, so they need me. And yeah, I shoot music videos and commercials for businesses as well, female owned businesses. So that is what I do. If you do not know, if you're new to this channel, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. You will not regret it. So today's video is going to be about how to turn your creative hobby or talent into a profitable business. So when it came to my business, well, I started off as a model, but I didn't like since I'm a thicker girl, I was only getting like the sexier stuff or like, athletic wear and stuff like that, but mainly just a little sexy stuff. So I decided I wanted to like make my own video. I wanted to make my own photo shoots and stuff like that, to complement the things that I wanted to compliment of myself and how I wanted to be portrayed. So that's what kind of thrust me that's what thrust me into being a creative director, right? So I was doing photo shoots and stuff like that, and I needed a way to pay for them because at that point I was still new. So I figured why not because basically I just wanted to shoot. I just wanted to take pictures. I like taking pictures. I love looking at myself. So let's cut the crap. I'm a Leo. I love looking at myself. I love taking pictures. I love being sexy. So I was like, how can I pay for this? How can somebody help me pay for what I want to do? And that's, take sexy pictures of myself and take sexy pictures of my friends and, other people and stuff like that who want to play dress up with me. So that's when I came with my first business, which was called Cyber XO. It was a makeup company. Oh, do I have? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just put a pip. I'm gonna put a pip right here. But basically, yeah, it was a makeup company, and basically what I did was I created a story out of a makeup palette, and then I would do a big photo shoot and commercial for it and stuff like that. Use the images that I created from my creative direction talent to sell those makeup palettes. Once that money came back in, then I would reinvest that money and also, save, splurge, do whatever I want to do with it at the same time. So basically, the makeup people who needed the makeup were paying for me to create my art, if that makes sense. And then I continue to do the same thing with my putting my creative direction talent into making themed Airbnb. So now when people stay at my Airbnbs, they get to enjoy the sexy, comfortable theme and stuff like that, a nice, enjoyable, exotic, clean stay. And that pays for me to be able to create more buildings and stuff like that, and also sustain the lifestyle. So again, I basically use my creative passions, my creative talents of taking pictures, photography, storytelling, and stuff like that, and I put it into need-based businesses and stuff like that, which generated income. So now I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the same. So yeah, so that brings me to my first point of how to create a profitable business out of your art. So a lot of people going to get on here and they're going to say just sell the art itself. Yes, you can sell. Let's say, okay, the example I used on my Instagram was a nature photographer, right? Somebody who likes to go out in nature. They like to take pictures of like birds, cats, rabbits, whatever is in nature, trees, sky. You get what I'm saying? Whatever is in nature, right? So how would one make $1 million off of that though? You gotta say, how would one make six figures off of that though? Because not everyone likes nature photographer, and it's not something that you need. So like people are not running to it because it's not something that you need. Like, so how could he or she turn nature photography into a profitable business? They can do it by creating a need and then using that talent to support the materials they need to sell that need, if that makes sense. So if I was a nature photographer, what I would do is I would figure out how many streams of income I can create from my nature photography. So let's say you want to take pictures of skies. Like this is a nature photographer that likes taking pictures of the skies, of sunsets, sunrises, things like that. the first thing I would do is I would create three different streams of income that are all need based. So one would be calendars. People need calendars. They always need calendars and stuff like that. So I would start creating calendars, right? Now, with that being said, it's millions of calendars, yes. So you're gonna have a lot of competition. So to take it a step further, I will create calendars, but I will also go to businesses like offices and stuff like that have like a bunch of like work, like have a bunch of like call centers. That's what I'm saying, like call centers or any type of like office job where they consistently need calendars every single year. Where because if you don't know, I used to work a corporate job. When corporate jobs, they put in an order every quarter for new calendars and stuff like that. So they order a new for new calendars for all the staff. So I would try to get a contract with either a small business or even a big brand business and stuff, like, hey, email them, I have these calendars, these nature calendars of like beautiful sunsets and stuff like that. I can give them for you, like I can give them to you for like $5 a piece or $2 a piece. You know what I'm saying? But that business has like 5,000 clients. You can have like 5,000 employees and stuff like that. And then every quarterly, you would give them their or yearly, of course, yearly, you would give them their new calendars and stuff like that. And you can brand it to them, make sure to put their logo on it, maybe integrate it. Maybe if it's the best thing I would do is I would go to like a place that does something with the environment. So maybe like any type of business that does something with the environment and try to sell it to them, and but get a contract, a yearly contract with that nature business, because it makes sense. They do things for nature, and you sell a nature calendars and stuff like that, and it's also branded to them, so they could use that for their staff, and they could also use that to give to their clients and stuff like that, to get their name out there. And some of them might even resell it. You never know. You could actually meet somebody. You could actually meet another small businesses that sells like maybe hunting gear or something like that, and you can add your catalog of calendars to whatever they're selling to their hunting gear websites. You never know what type of connections that you can make with doing that. So that's the first thing I would do. I would get a need based product, like a small need based product that doesn't cost me much to make and stuff like that, that I could sell to multiple people and just change it up. That's the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do is I would just regularly put my shit. I would regularly put my photos and stuff like on like Etsy. Put it on Etsy. Put it on Etsy and stuff like that, as like downloadables and stuff like that, so that when people who are decorating their homes and stuff like that, I would get mock-ups, of course, mock-ups of like whatever the art that you took, and put it in like picture frames and stuff like that, and geared towards like new homeowners and stuff like that. And also like mock-ups of like being in picture people's living rooms and stuff like that. So people who are looking for art because they want to decorate their new apartment or new house and stuff like that, which is also a need. People need stuff to decorate their house with and stuff like that. I will put it on places like Etsy and stuff like that. Um, that way, when people see it, they can go ahead and download it, and you could do it down. The download could be like $5 or something like that. But even though it don't sound like a lot, like over time, that's the $5 that you're not worried about. Create a whole separate account for it. That's $5 you're not worried about. And let's say people buying like 10,000 of them a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like even like 50 a month or something like that. That's extra bread that you're not really worried about. That's coming into that little small account right there. So that's the second thing I do. That's the second thing I would do. Now, the third need based business I would do is something that's like big box, like something that has to do with travel, or like something that people need all the time. Like so, something like travel, or something that people need, as in like it could be a number of different things. So if I was going to do travel, I would do Airbnbs, or I would do Airbnbs, a restaurant, a lounge. If I was going to do a restaurant, Airbnbs, restaurant, a lounge, stuff like that. Maybe even oh, we're not gonna say that, but yeah, restaurant, lounge, stuff like that, because people need to eat. People need to travel. They need a nice place to travel when they go travel and stuff like that. That's why I chose Airbnb, because I know that's a need based business. People gonna need to travel, and I did it in Philly, which is a travel destination, because they have a lot of concerts and stuff like that. So concerts and like just events and stuff like that. So I put it in a city. Make sure you put it in a city where, if you're gonna do stuff like that, where it's a lot of social life, because it's cities that need a lot of places like Philly, New York, like Texas stuff is a lot of travel, it's a lot of tourists, so they need stuff for people to do. So that's why I will put like businesses like that, if that makes sense. Um And then I would use my nature photography to make it nature themed. So maybe a nature themed vegan restaurant. Maybe this is a high level. So you can start off small. You can start off small, which is the Etsy. You could I should have put Etsy as one, and I should have put the calendars as two. But the contracted with the other businesses and stuff like that for them to purchase your products on a quarterly or yearly basis. And then I should have put the big step, like the big step. If you really want to make the six figures and stuff out of your art, that's when you gotta really get that's when you do the big boxes thing, which is what I'm talking about now. I hope I'm not talking too fast. But yeah, so I would create a theme, nature themed restaurant, nature themed bar and stuff like that, and I would fill it with my art. I would use my art to also do all the marketing materials and stuff that we needed, like the brochures, the menus and stuff like that. All that stuff would be the nature photography that I like taking so much, because you're constantly going to need that yourself, so that way you can keep promoting your bar and your restaurant and stuff like that, or your Airbnb and stuff like that. Now, if you do not want to do that, then you just hire somebody to actually run the business for you, and you just focus on like how the branding of the business, and how to brand, and how the business looks. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I would do if I was a nature photographer. The first thing again, you guys, would be finding at least three streams of income that I can make from my art that people actually need, that people actually need people use on a daily basis. So anything in travel, anything in education, anything like food wise, people always pay for good time. Beauty is another good. If you could somehow incorporate your art into beauty, that would work too. Because beauty, they say the beauty industry is recession proof, and I'll tell you right now, if you brand yourself the right way and you actually have a good beauty product, that shit will fly off the shelves. Because I can't remember how many people I can't cuss, but people women will spend money on beauty. They will spend money on beauty, trust and believe. So yeah, so that's what I would do. That's how I would turn it into a creative business. Like start thinking outside the box. Start thinking outside the box. A lot of us, I feel like, where a lot of people be like, oh, how I'm gonna make money off this painting, how I'm gonna make money off this photography, how I'm gonna make money off of this sewing talent, how I'm a lot of y'all are so focused on like what the actual hobby is and trying to sell exactly what the hobby is, instead of figuring out how you can intertwine the hobby with something else that people are already buying anyway. You get what I'm saying? All I did was think, like, people already booking Airbnbs. People already need a place to travel. So all I have to do is figure out how I can integrate my talent of creative direction, which is set building and stuff like that, and put it into something else like Airbnb. So now when I do my Airbnbs and stuff like that and other like creative buildings, I'm just all I'm doing is telling a story inside of that building, because that's what I do. I'm a storyteller. I'm a visual storyteller. I love building sets and I like taking pictures. And then after the set is already built inside the Airbnb or creative business studio, whatever, then I come in and I write the story that I told, that I built with my hands and my hands and knees. I get the pictures taken and stuff like that, dress up the models, write the commercial and stuff like that, and then I'll put it out. And that's what I like to do. I love telling stories. I love telling stories. I love telling stories, and it's always a new story to tell. So like even with my Airbnbs and stuff like that, like I do a Halloween commercial. I don't think I'm doing one this year because I still got two really good ones, but I do a Halloween commercial. I do a holiday commercial, and I sometimes I just do randomly do a new commercial and stuff like that when we need new marketing materials as well and stuff like that. So I'm being able to enjoy my dream of being a creative director, but I still have a need based business that people are buying every single day. So instead of focusing on how can I get people to buy my art, how can I get my art to be a need? How can I turn my art into a need? How can I turn my art into a need? That is what I'm trying to get across to you guys. You guys are overthinking it. I don't care if you make t-shirts. I don't care if you make mugs. I don't care if you make jewelry. You get what I'm saying? I don't It's always a way to intertwine it with stuff that people need. You get what I'm saying? Um like another one with education. Teach what you know. Get on YouTube and start teaching what you know. You know how to make jewelry the best. Get on YouTube and record yourself making jewelry. Record yourself making jewelry. Talk about the process. Talk about the beads to use. Talk about the beads not to use and stuff like that. And create an ebook. So now you're selling education. If you want to take that a step further, you know what you can do. You can actually, and this is just how my mind thinks, because I try to get like, I try to think outside the box. You can actually go and get a government contract to do like a summer program for children and stuff like that, and teach them how to make jewelry, or teach them how to make like uh mugs, or whatever you make. You're gonna say whatever you make, teach them how to do that, and you can make it a government funding program. You can get funding for a nonprofit. You can make it like a summer camp and stuff like that, and that's where you're teaching them how to do. So is any the the possibilities are unlimited. You just have to really put your thinking cap on and think about what people need. And once you come up with things that once you come up with a list of what people, okay, let me tell you this. This is what I want you to do. So I want you to take out a piece of paper, and I want you to write down three things that people need. Three things that people need. So it could be housing, it could be vacation rentals. You could write down education and childcare, and then you could write down like something else. Uh Office goods, like with the counters. And then I want you to write down next to it what your talent is, and what you can create that goes with that business. So are you creating coffee mugs for a corporate office? Are you creating calendars? Are you creating damn it, I forget like my line chain of thought. Are you creating like little summer school programs or summer camp programs for nonprofits? Are you teaming up with nonprofits? Because you don't even have to do this by yourself. It could just be a program. You get what I'm saying? Or like how can you coexist your art with something that people need every single day? After you write those three things down that you're interested in, figure out how you can mash your art with those three things, and then create business out of those three things. Create business out of those three things, and that is how you will make six figures off your art, and that's how you turn your creative hobby into a business. Yes. Also, just throw it up online and see who buys it, and market it as well too. But also think outside the box. You should also have multiple streams of income, but all those multiple streams of income all need to do with the same type of art, and same type of art or hobby that you like to do, if that makes sense. Everything I do gotta do with creative direction. My branding and photo shoot business, creative direction. My education business and my YouTube, everything creative direction. My real estate and Airbnb travel rental business, everything got to do with creative direction. You get what I'm saying? The creative direction works across the board with all that. You get what I'm saying? So just stop overthinking it, you guys. Stop overthinking it and simplify it. Stop overthinking it and simplify it. I really hope that I wasn't talking too fast, and I really hope I made sense in this video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Cheyenne Red. I'm the creativepreneur, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.